Small space, slow pace, patience. If you adopt a shy cat, you are a hero, and you deserve some tips for helping a shy cat learn to trust you and love you. When you think about a shelter or rescue environment and the sounds and smells there, you've got dogs barking, their cages slamming, strong sanitizing cleaners, and then think about the fact that a cat's sense of hearing and smell are far superior to humans. It's really clear why so many cats act fearful or shut down in a shelter environment. It's only natural, so please give those shy cats a chance. A lot of them will blossom within days of getting home. And you know what? Some take a little bit more time to come around, so I've got some tips for you. Socializing a shy cat definitely takes patience. Cats don't understand that we're trying to help them. Step one is a small space. Before you bring a shy cat home, or even right now, like it's not too late, it's never too late to start this process, prepare a small, quiet room where your shy cat can decompress. Find any little room in your house, or even just like a section where it's going to be smaller and not overwhelming for them. And you want to block off inappropriate hiding spots in the room, like under the bed or under dressers, any place you can't access the cat in case of emergency. Because when you bring them home, if they start out as an under the bed cat, they're gonna be an under the bed cat their whole life. So prevent that before it starts, or reshape their way of thinking if that's already what's going on, if they're already an under the bed cat. The way I got around this, I have a bed that has storage under it, has like those drawers, so they can't get under it. Oh, somebody wants to say hello. Here he is. Or you can get this gutter guard, and it acts like a miniature fence. And it's so important to be able to reach your cat in case of emergency. If you need to get out really quickly, your cat's gonna sense there's some kind of stress or danger, and they're gonna go right under the bed and hide. That's where you can't get them, and it could cost them their life, or it could cost you yours. There's a lot of weird weather emergency situations lately, so it's really important to make sure you always have access to your cats. So you're gonna block off inappropriate, inaccessible hiding spots. And what you're gonna do, you can't just say don't hide at all, you're going to give them appropriate hiding spots, like a cave bed or a little igloo bed. And this is a fun fact that I love to tell people. The more hiding spaces you give your cat, the more opportunities you give them to hide, the less they will hide. I love talking about this. So if a cat only has one place to hide, they're never gonna venture out because there's nowhere else to hide. That's the one safe place. But if there are a bunch of hidey spots, boxes, little beds, blankets to go under, all kinds of things around the room, then they are gonna venture out because they know that a safe spot is nearby. They're gonna feel comfortable walking around because at any moment, there's another one. So while it seems counterintuitive to say give them more hiding spots, because you don't want a cat that hides all the time, but the goal is to get them out of hiding, and the way to get them out of hiding is to give them more opportunities to hide. I promise. So get their safe room all set up. You're gonna have food, you're gonna have water, a litter box, toys, lots of those hidey beds and boxes. Keep them in that room as soon as they get home, or as soon as you want to get started on this. Like I said, it's not too late. You can start this now. I'm also a fan of the plug-in pheromone diffusers. So Johan, where is he? One of my cats, Johan, whenever the pheromone diffuser runs out, Johan pees on bed. He's an anxious cat, and that pheromone diffuser really works for him. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but it's worth a shot. It may work for you. It definitely calms Johan's anxiety, so I have them in constantly, and he doesn't pee on my bed. Once your cat is in this small room with the plug-in diffuser, if you have one, leave them alone 100%, I mean it, for 3 days, other than bringing in food and cleaning the litter. I know it's not easy because you want to show them love, and also because it's like, you have this new shiny toy and you want to play with it. But when a cat moves to a new environment for the first 72 hours, which is 3 days, their cortisol levels are super high, especially shy cats, and they're not going to act like themselves. Cortisol is the stress hormone. And they're not gonna be as hungry, they won't have to use the litter box as much, and they're just kind of extra stressed for those first 3 days. And speaking of litter boxes, they will find it no matter where it is in the room. You don't manhandle them and put them in the litter box. Give them 3 days without doing anything other than feeding them and cleaning their litter box. That means no petting, no sitting in there. Just leave them alone for 3 days. Just walk in, set the food down along the edge of the room, near whichever hidey spot they're in. Don't put it in the middle of the room because that's scary for them. They like to stay around the perimeter, but that's it for 3 days. Step number 2 is slow pace. And it's not just a slow pace, it's a slow pace. Our instincts are to care for this new, poor, little, scared baby by cuddling them and petting them and engaging in a lot of interactions. Those are human instincts for how to make something feel better. This is not a human, and cats don't see the world like we do. So we can't use our human instincts with cats. Let me tell you about it. To a cat, every living thing they encounter fits into one of 3 categories. Is this thing prey? Is this thing a predator? Or is this thing part of my group, my family? We're a lot bigger than cats. So a shy cat's instincts tell them to automatically assume that we're prey because we're big. So just remember that. We know we're there to help them, but they just see like big thing, likely a predator. So it takes some time for them to figure out that you're part of the family. So that's why slow pace and patience are so important here. After those first 3 days go by of what? Nothing. Simply sit in the same room with your shy cat a couple times a day, not too close to them. And sitting down is important because it makes us look smaller and less like a predator. So that's why I try to make myself small. And also, don't stare at them in the eyes because that's kind of confrontational to them. But if you do happen to make eye contact with them, give them the slow, exaggerated blink. And I'm not just saying like this, like not that blink, because this is a cat that's got a lot going on and they're looking around, all this kind of stuff. You have to make that blink really obvious, like this. Ready? Because you're telling them when you close your eyes in their world of predator and prey that they live in, if they completely shut their eyes, they're saying, I trust this environment. If they don't trust the environment, those eyes are going to be huge because they're looking around, making sure there are no threats, nothing's gonna hurt them. So if you send the signal to them saying, I completely trust this environment. I trust you, I trust this room. I don't think anything is going to get me in here. You're sending that message to them, and hopefully they will send that message back. So try not to make eye contact, but if you do, definitely give them a slow blink. That will definitely help them to see, well, this thing thinks it's safe in here, maybe it is. Not paying any attention to a shy cat at all, other than feeding and cleaning the litter box, it works as a great strategy for them to be interested in you. Think about when people come over, have you ever noticed how cats always gravitate towards that person who's not a cat person, or the person who's allergic, or the person who's scared of cats? It's because cats love people that aren't eager to interact with them because they feel more in control. It all comes down to cats feeling in control over their little lives. They're small, so we need to really let them call the shots so they feel safe and they feel in control. Always go at their pace. I know it's difficult, I get it. It's difficult for me even when I have a shy cat, but you have to let them come to you when they are ready. You don't reach for them to pet them. This is what most people do. They sit near a shy cat and they pet them and they think, oh, this is helping them trust me. Unfortunately, it does the opposite for a shy cat. What it does is it tells the cat they have no control over their own life. This big creature is gonna do whatever they want to me, even if I don't want it, so I can't trust them. This goes for working with shy cats in shelters too. Seeing a cat in a cage that looks like shut down and scared, and if you go in and reach your hand and start to pet them, you're doing exactly the opposite of what you want to do. And we all know we have the best intentions with them, so it's causing the cat to not trust you when you just force those pets upon them, and causing the cats not to trust any humans for that matter. So you have to let a shy cat decide if they want to be touched or not. Any cat, actually, you have to let any cat decide, but it's so important with shy cats to let them call the shot. My kitten just jumped up on me out of nowhere. So that's how you gain a cat's trust, by not forcing touch upon them, especially a shy cat. It goes without saying, after all I've just said about giving them control, but never pull a cat out of their hiding spot. They're in that hiding spot because they feel safe there. You pulling them out does a lot of harm. Okay, so all the don'ts. Don't force touch upon them. Don't pull them out of their hiding spots. What should you do? When you're in there with them, you want to talk slowly, move softly. For shy cats, soft talking is way more soothing to them than petting. You can even read a book to them or sing softly. This will help them get used to you in a non-touch, non-threatening way. And when they seem comfortable with you in the room, you want to hold out your hand, palm down, relaxed, point your finger extended, and let them smell you. Like this. Only hold one hand out, and you have to make it really obvious that your other hand is behind your back. I do this, it works so well. Why is that? Because two hands can grab them. One hand cannot, and they know that, and they look for that. If you're working with cats with two hands there, you are not going to have the success you will have with showing them that there's a hand behind your back. That's a secret little trick I know. So if you're holding out the one hand and they seem interested, encourage them to come closer and let them pet themselves, like the top of their head and their cheeks with your hand. This way they've made the decision and choice to be petted, not you. And this will give them so much confidence. And while you're interacting with them, always watch their body language carefully. If at any point they start backing away or hissing or swatting, just calmly move away and give the cat the freedom to get away from you when they want to. You just don't want to force them to continue interacting with you. You want them to see it as positive, and you want to leave them wanting more. And routine is important during this time. Sit in there at the same time, try to give them the food at the same time. Routine gives cats confidence. Are you my baby? Step 3, positive reinforcement. Figure out what your shy cat loves. It may not be easy because they may not show a huge amount of interest in anything. So watch them carefully for any tiny indication of something that makes them perk up or makes their body language look more relaxed. It could be food, it could be a certain wand toy. Eventually there will be something that will bring a little spark to their eyes. So just take the time to figure that out. Everything takes time here. It's the key to helping a shy cat. Patience. And once you've figured out what motivates them, use that only to reward brave behavior. If it's a certain treat that they perk up at, save that treat, hold on to it, use it wisely, and only give that to them for brave behavior. Okay, what is brave behavior for a shy cat? Looking at you, just making eye contact with you is brave. Relaxing their body, moving around the room, shifting their body weight towards you. Tiny victories like this with shy cats are huge and should be rewarded. And try not to reward scared behavior. So say the cat hisses. It's okay if a cat hisses. A hiss just means I'm not feeling comfortable right now, but that's not a good time to reward them. We don't want to reward those behaviors. And when you give them the treats, make sure you give them the treats closer toward you so they have to take a little step or move a little bit toward you. What you're doing is creating positive food experiences for the cat while you're with them. So they learn to associate food with you and with positive things. And if they haven't eaten the treat or whatever it is, by the time you're finished, take it with you. It may take a few sessions before they'll eat in front of you, but you really want them to know that they're getting this treat by interacting with you. Try to get someone else. I know this is the tough part, and this is a lot of people ask me about this. What if I have to medicate them? Try to get someone else to medicate them if possible, and talk to the vet to find the least stressful method of administering this medicine to them. Maybe you can put it in their food, something, because when the cat sees you, you should only bring good things. Step 4. Enrichment. We also want to add enrichment to your cat's life to help them feel more confident. Enrichment really makes a cat feel more confident. They should be getting enrichment all the time. So once the cat is comfortable with you in there and they're able to eat in front of you and move around, you want to start creating positive experiences with a wand type toy. These are less threatening for them because look, you've got this and then this, and you can kind of just like toss it over to them, and you're far away. You're not there right on top of them. You're giving them space to play without you right on top of them. So you're gonna gently toss the toy on the end near the cat and just kind of let them get used to it. They'll probably smell it a little bit. They might get a little nervous at first. Don't shove it towards them or put it too close to them. You want them to approach the toy on their own. Like we said, choices, control are so important. So once they seem like comfortable with this toy being there, you can make it like move across the floor, you know, like just not wild whipping around, because that's gonna scare them, but just little like movements across. And if you can get them to chase it, make sure you let them catch it. Whenever a cat catches their prey, they feel very confident there. So when they catch this in their little mouth, they feel like, oh, I own this place. So playtime like this, where they can chase and catch the toy, that's really gonna boost their confidence. It's also gonna reduce stress, it's gonna reduce tension, and it's really just gonna help them see you as a wonderful source of the best things ever. And again, create that positive association with you. Once they're comfortable with your presence and they're eating and playing in front of you, they may be ready to leave their little safe room and explore the rest of the house. And when they do, make sure to bring most of their hidey beds out and put them into the areas of the house that they will be in. But definitely leave one in the room too, so it continues to always be a safe room. So start out with hidey beds somewhere kind of out of the way along the perimeter of the new area, and then slowly move their beds to more socially significant areas in the house. Maybe on the couch next to you, but not in the center of the room, because like I said, that's scary. Continue the wand toy playtime in the new areas of the home, and continue rewarding that brave behavior, and just keep an open mind, because all cats show trust and love differently and at different times. Some are just gonna sit on your lap and kiss your face, and some are just gonna slow blink at you from across the room. And both personalities are wonderful, and we love both kinds of cats. And remember to be patient and calm and happy about being with them, because cats feed off of our emotions. And once your cat has warmed up to you, that reward, it just far outweighs all the hard work you have to put in to get to this place, and you can enjoy that special bond that you've helped create. So just remember, small space, slow pace, patience. Say bye. Thank you, Maurice.